Man, that game was perfect parts, frustrating, and ugly.
So ugly.
There's no in between. Nothing else I put in that. It was ugly and frustrating. Even if we won, game would still have been ugly and frustrating, but we didn't. Jalen Brunson put his points up, but people are feeling a type of way about how he closed the game out. Is that an issue? I have a problem with how the bench looked. Didn't see many bench minutes, but we still only got 3 bench points. I have an issue with that, especially when we just signed somebody on an official deal and we choose to not play him while the dude ahead of him doesn't really do too much.
They ain't lying.
It don't make sense. Just like the fact that a lot of people think Giannis Antetokounmpo might actually be on his way to the Knicks. A lot of things we gotta talk about in this video, man. A lot of things we gotta talk about. Run the intro. What's going on, CK Crew? It's your boy CK2K, and welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and do not forget to like this video. People, we're on our way. I'm trying to get a 30K here this season, so I need you guys, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We grinded, man. We grinded. But what I want to see is the Knicks to grind a little bit harder in a game like this, where they're just giving it to us. Now, mind you, the Houston Rockets, they did a solid job, but they didn't do enough of a job for me to believe that the New York Knicks couldn't at least try and get back in this game in the fourth quarter. But I digress. This game was ugly. I mean, the Knicks shot what, 39% from the field, around the same amount from the 3-point percentage, but we only shot about 28 threes, which in today's NBA is nothing. The New York Knicks, this game, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even really want to talk about it. I'm so ready to move on to Wednesday's game, but we got to talk a little bit about this. And starting from the top, it's just the scoring. The scoring was just weird in this game. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, we know that the starters were going to do their thing. Karl-Anthony Towns, through foul trouble, went out there and damn near had a 20-20 game. He didn't. He only had 17 points and 19 rebounds. I say only very lightly, but doing it through 4 fouls was impressive. But there were also some times where it just seemed like he had such a hard time scoring over the likes of Dillon Brooks, which is interesting. I don't know. We can make the argument Dillon Brooks is a strong NBA player, so he makes it tough to score. Yeah, that's cool. I watched Sengun score right over a very good defensive player in Karl-Anthony Towns. Mind you, he was trying not to get fouls, but I saw him do it on back-to-back possessions very easily, and I feel like Karl-Anthony Towns, even though Dillon Brooks is such a strong player, I think he could have done that the same way in those missed. I think he could have scored over him pretty easily as well. So it was just weird. Everything that happened in this game was just weird. Jalen Brunson had 29 points tonight and 8 assists. Even with the 8 assists, it still feel like Brunson did not move the ball around well enough. I mean, Jalen Brunson in the end of the game, what got us back in the game was the ball movement, were the stops, were the pushing the pace, were the extra passes, where Jalen Brunson helped in that. He was a part of a great play where it led into an extra pass to Mikal Bridges for an open 3. But then when we were down by what, 5, 6, maybe less than that, he was taking fadeaway jumpers over Amen Thompson instead of creating a shot for somebody else, breaking down and get. I don't know if he still thinks it's 2024 where he needs to do this, but JB, you can trust your teammates. You got guys that can make shots. Hell, OG Anunoby tonight was on a heater, and down the stretch, OG Anunoby didn't get the ball at all. This reminds me of a few games back when Mikal Bridges was on a heater, and then in the fourth quarter didn't see all but 1 shot in that loss. So I feel like, again, it's still so early in the season, so it's hard for me to be too critical on this, but I think this is such a glaring thing that we need the team to understand as the year goes on, and that's just simply trust one another. And I don't want to point, but I got to point at our MVP, our main guy, the captain, and Jalen Brunson, because I feel like he's the one. I understand Jalen Brunson has made clutch shots and will continue to make more clutch shots down the stretch, but he also needs to continue to add that part of the game where you can understand that you have a cusp all-star in Mikal Bridges that can make those shots. You got a high-paid guy in OG Anunoby who has shown so far in the season he has the ability to make those shots, and you have Karl-Anthony Towns who can make those shots. Karl-Anthony Towns, another one that I don't feel like got any shots down the stretch. He had 1 3, missed it, and that was really it. So that was a weird thing as well. It just felt like when we did get stops against this team, we did not capitalize on them. We had a little moment. We had a good run there in that fourth quarter where we brought the lead down to as many as 1 and then 3 and then back to 1 and all kinds of stuff. But we just could not get over that hump. And I feel like we didn't do it because we got in our own way. Again, I'm not jumping out the window, making any kind of crazy takes saying that we're doomed. It was just noticeable. The Rockets, though they had as many as like a 15-point lead at some point, never did I feel worried that this game was not winnable for the New York Knicks until the last minute of the game where they just did what they had to do and kill us and hit the dagger. But leading up to that, there was no real point where I felt like, oh yeah, the Knicks ain't never coming back from this. I didn't. I could truthfully believe that because the Rockets they were shooting what, 48% for a good amount of the time, and then it dipped and dipped and dipped, and they were just at a point where they were stagnant, to which we went on a 13-0 run, to which we went on an 11-2 run, and I can't remember, there was another run and I don't remember exactly what it was, but we had those runs where we can get back in the game. But when it came to the point where we just needed to get over the hump and take the lead back, we went dumb. We would go stupid. I don't know. We can talk about all the which and ways of why we didn't win this game. Turnovers was a huge one. Hell, Mikal and Karl-Anthony Towns alone had 7 total turnovers together. And we could talk about the offensive rebounds, which really did not help us. But to me, for the most part, I just felt like in general, we just did not take advantage of the opportunities to take the game away from them, to take this game and win the game. We didn't take advantage of that. And you can talk about those stats all you want, but this was a winnable game, as ugly as it was, and we chose not to win. Shout out to the Rockets. And that leads me to my bench. I'm talking about offensive rebound, and I'm looking at Jericho Sims, and I tried to defend this dude. I'm not saying that I want him to play over Huck Porty. I am team Huck all day. I think Huck should be playing. Huck should have been playing. I think when Huck got the minutes over Jericho back against, was it Indiana? I don't remember which game it was. When he got those minutes over Jericho, that should have been the sign, okay, these are your minutes until Precious gets here. I don't know what else he could have done that could have proven himself more to have those minutes. But I did defend Jericho in the sense where outside of Isaiah Hartenstein last year, when he did get minutes, he was a solid offensive rebounder. And at the very least, that's what we could expect from him. So where'd that go? And not even that, where'd the rebounding go in general? There was so many times where the rebound was in his possession and he allowed other players to just snatch, like there was no fight. I don't know. The game was just an overall weird game where we made such boneheaded mistakes. And Jericho Sims, you got to do more on the floor than just search rebounds and get cardio. Like I don't ever feel there's an opportunity or a point where he's gonna go and shoot the basketball, or hell, even go and attack the rim with his athleticism. I don't feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like the only time he's gonna score is if it's off a rebound or from an alley-oop, and we can't have that because the Knicks only had 3 bench points tonight. Now, mind you, a big part of that is our 6th man and Deuce McBride, who went 0 for 9 from the floor, and Tyler Kolek, for whatever reason, only played 6 minutes. Mind you, his defense was raggedy. Tyler Kolek's defense was not good tonight, but we need offense, and when Tyler did have the ball in his hand, the ball moved around, which led back into his hand to get an open 3, so we could have at least hopefully gotten some more points from the bench from him, but Tom Thibodeau had the short leash on him, which I understand, because again, defense was terrible. He had Matador defense at one possession in a fast break. Can't let that fly. So I get it, make a statement, but 3 points off the bench. 3. And then I'm looking at the bench and it's like, all right, how do you remedy this? I genuinely don't know. We go to Pacome. As much as I want Ariel out there, I feel like Ariel will at least attempt to get some points more so than what Jericho will do. Jericho, again, 0 for 0 from the field. So it's just a lot of interesting questions that need to be answered. Mind you, Deuce taking typical Deuce shots and they just didn't fall tonight. That's normal. That happens. I mean, it's unfortunate, which we need, but it's gonna happen. Deuce shot so well so far in the season. He's allowed to have a night like this, but then you wonder, where else are we gonna get points that are not from the starters when we have foul trouble and things and turnovers and stuff going on? I don't know. Weird game. That's the theme of this. weird overall game. What are your thoughts about everything that happened? How do you feel about the Jalen Brunson comments and feels? What are your thoughts about Karl Anthony Towns and his matchups? What are your thoughts about the bench? Last but not least, I want to dispel this damn rumor, but let's talk about it from the tippity top, shall we? Giannis Antetokounmpo allegedly is frustrated and is looking to force his way out of Milwaukee, allegedly. Mind you, it makes sense because he's balling right now, or when he does play, and the Milwaukee Bucks still can't figure it out. Hell, Damian Lillard is balling when he does play, and it's still not enough. Their team was only won one game thus far. Shout out to Doc Rivers once again. But you know, it's rumored that people are thinking that he's officially trying to find his way out. I feel like every year they're trying to get Giannis Antetokounmpo out of Milwaukee more than Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to be out of Milwaukee. So when I saw this rumor, my next thought is, all right, this rumor's out. I guarantee you every team he's going to want to go to, according to the report, is going to be a major market team. Yeah, the list consists of Miami, Brooklyn, it goes on and on. But the most questionable team is none other than our New York Knicks. Allegedly, Giannis Antetokounmpo would be favoring coming to the New York Knicks, and the Knicks are open to try and make this move. How? I genuinely want to, how is this going to happen? You just traded for Karl Anthony Towns, so you can't trade Karl Anthony Towns. You just traded for Mikal Bridges, so I don't think you could trade for Mikal right now either. Just re-sign OG, so I don't think you could trade OG. So you plan on trading Jalen Brunson, draft picks, money, and whatever else we got on the bench to get Giannis?
Okay, slow down.
I'm not buying this. I'm not playing. If you can't tell by my energy, I'm not playing along. I'm not going to buy into this. As much as I would love Giannis on this team, it's just the matter of how does that happen. It's not happening. That's how it's gonna happen. And to be honest with you too, I know things are tough right now for Milwaukee, but I don't see Giannis Antetokounmpo as the type of guy to just quit and want to be gone. I think if the Bucks fall flat again for the season, we could start hearing those rumors come out in the offseason about going to other teams, not the New York Knicks. But I don't see Giannis as the kind of guy that after a few games he's trying to quit and get out of there, and especially not to the New York Knicks, because again, I ask how does he? I need to know. This ain't 2K. You think we can just flip Jericho Sims for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Because if we can, send it. But I just don't see the how on any of that happening. I think this is just another empty rumor. He might have expressed some frustration where they turned it into this, but I don't see it happening. I don't see Giannis Antetokounmpo leaving Milwaukee via trade. There might be the possibility when his contract's up, he might not re-sign. I definitely see that being more likely than this. But please, Knicks fans, don't buy into this. It's not gonna happen. I don't want to be the one to do this to you, but come here, a little bit closer. It's not gonna happen. Let me know your thoughts about everything mentioned in this video, from the breakdown to the Knicks Rockets game, from my worries and frustrations, and to the possible rumors of Giannis Antetokounmpo being a New York Knick. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. Road to 30K, people. Need your help. Share it out. Subscribe if you haven't. It's been your boy CK. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it. Again, realize these are all just comments on the game. I know there was a ton of season left. We can't win every game. Please don't turn this into, oh, CK's complaining. Shut up. I'm commenting on the game. We move to Wednesday. See you guys on the play-by-play. I'm out. Peace.
I can't hold a frown too long. I can't stay down too long. Look, running from pain, running from strain, running from things, running from